Hi everybody. Today we're going to be talking about hyperlocal community landing pages. This is a great way to improve SEO as well as add custom content to your site that'll be really helpful for your visitors. First of all, let's get to the basics. What is a landing page? That term's thrown around a lot. In this case, landing pages are any pages that you create within your IDX Broker dashboard. They can contain custom content as well as listings. You can create as many of these as you'd like. You can create them for specific criteria offered by your MLS or specific criteria relevant to your market. Anything you'd like. Really make it your own. They're also referred to as saved links. So when we're doing work in the dashboard, that's the term that we're going to be working with. So why build landing pages? Good question. I think the main reason is the ease of use. They're very easy for you as the agent or broker to set up. And it's also very easy for your visitors to use. One of the ways I like to think about it is that when someone's searching for a home, they might know what they're looking for, but they might not know how to search for it. So by creating a saved link in a landing page, essentially what you're doing is doing the search for them and making it really easy for them to find what they're looking for. For example, someone might be thinking about getting a home right near a golf course or a country club, but how do you search for that? You can't really use street address, you can't really use zip codes. It can be confusing. So if you set up a saved link and a landing page for homes around that specific area, and you just add that into your menu on your site, your visitors are going to be able to find what they're looking for really fast, and you're going to get a lot of repeat customers that way. They're also very customizable. There are a lot of options here for showing the listings, the type of listings that you want to show, as well as the custom content. We'll talk a little bit about subheaders in a bit. Subheaders are a really important tool for these pages. They let you add descriptive text about the area, photos, links to other sites, all great things that will be great for your SEO and get a lot of info out to your visitors in an easy way. And of course, SEO, the big one. How is your site going to stack up when it comes to the Google bots and search engines? These pages are really great for SEO because they're full of custom content and they're fully indexed. So the search engine bots can crawl all of them, find all of that information, and that will help not only your visitors find you and find the information they're looking for, but it'll boost your score a little bit. You may find that you kind of move up in the world, the world of search engines anyway. So we're going to do a little bit of a demo. I'm going to show you how to create a saved link in a couple different ways. First, what we're going to do is talk about the advanced search options. And here I am in my IDX Broker dashboard. What we're going to do is go to Designs, Pages, and here's a list of all of your IDX pages. We're going to go to Advanced Search. Over here in the Preferences column, we're going to click on Edit, and this is going to take us to the setup for the page. The first thing that comes up are your SEO settings. A couple of important things: page title, page name, and page URL. You can customize this. The default is going to be advanced, but if you wanted to name it something else, you could. This is where you make that change. Naming the page is another great tool for SEO, as well as the meta tags, description and keywords. The meta tags are what shows up in that little blurb underneath the website name when you are looking at a search engine result. So the more information that's there, the more keywords that are there, the better. Search setup, this shows you all of the fields that you have in the current layout. What we're going to do is we're going to check out the advanced fields, because this is how to really get custom. So you'll see here a little message. You can edit them via the data fields page. We're going to go there. Nice little shortcut. And we're going to pick residential and then view settings. Now here we have a really overwhelming list. This is all of the feeds that are available in this particular MLS dataset. All of these fields, as you can see, a lot of them are extremely specific. You can get farm distance, amenities, walk score, senior housing, unit location, all of these things. By default, they're not included. There's a default amount of fields, including things like, city, zip code, beds, bath, etc., etc. For what we're going to do here, one thing I want to point out is that your particular MLS will have fields that other MLSs might not have. Every MLS is a little bit different in how their fields work, which means that you can use that to your advantage. For example, here, this is our local MLS, our MLS. Around here in Eugene, especially in Eugene, Oregon, folks are really, really into green energy, really into the idea of making sure their home is energy efficient. Because why not? It saves you money and it's good for the environment. So look at all of these green energy related fields here. So this is a really great way to sort of target your audience. I know that here in Eugene, folks might actually be really interested to know if the homes they're searching for have a green energy certification rating or the score or type, etc. So, there's even one for solar panels. So you can add that in. Then they might see that and think, oh, that is a great idea. I should check that criteria and check and see if any of these houses meet my needs. Basics here, you can always click and drag these to change the order. For right now, we're only going to just worry about high school. You can always change these later. Make sure to save before you leave. So now it comes time to create the saved link. You're going to go to Preferences and then click on Saved Links and Create. Going to pick a search page. This is basically the source of where your search is coming from. We're going to do advanced search because that's what we just spent some time looking at. Next step, select your criteria. And this, like I said, is basically you doing the search for your visitors. So you can set it up. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of minimum price. I'm going to bump up the maximum up to 1 million. And I'm going to make sure that they're in the city of Eugene. And down here, here's where all these advanced fields are that we were just adding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to high school, and I am going to find Sheldon High School. So basically what we're doing is we are searching for homes in under $1 million or under in Eugene near Sheldon High School. Go to the next step. We've got the SEO settings again. Again, page title, URL. These don't have defaults. You can set them yourself. Page title, I'm going to do Sheldon High School Homes. You'll see it generates that URL for you. Really great for SEO. Really great for ease of use. You can, of course, adjust the meta tags here. Then we scroll down to the subheader. This is the big deal as far as SEO is concerned. This is where you add your custom content to these landing pages. You'll see you have a text box with lots of options. You can add tables, you can add photos, a variety of different fonts, you can add hyperlinks. Great thing to do here is add some information about the area, description of the neighborhoods. You can add links to outside websites. You can add photos of the area, photos of landmarks. Always make sure, of course, that you've got the right usage rights. This information is what is going to help you get that SEO and also get your visitors the information that they're looking for. For right now, I'm just going to do testing. That'll be a really exciting subheader. And if you have a multi-user account, an office account, agent assignment is where you can assign a specific agent to this link. That means that any leads captured here will go specifically to that agent. I do not have any other agents on my account, so I can't pick anyone, but this is where you would do so. Now we're going to click on Save and Manage Links to go back to our list. Here's the list of saved links I've already created. Here's Sheldon High School. And we're going to click on the little magnifying glass to preview the link. This takes you to my demo site, Emily's Eugene Realty. Up here you can see my extremely exciting subheader, testing. This obviously looks a lot better when you have more content up here, but for this purpose, you see what I mean. And then below we have all the search results that match that criteria. So everything around Sheldon High School. These are sorted most expensive to least. You can always change that if you'd like. And all I would need to do now is go in to my website control panel and add in a communities link, plug that right into my menu, and then visitors can find it very easily. Another thing I want to talk to you about is the Polygon tool. The Polygon tool is a Platinum only feature. It's probably one of the biggest sellers for Platinum because it is a really, really powerful tool, especially if you are targeting an area where you are dealing with things like homes around golf courses or homes around state parks, anything that kind of has a strange shape that you might not be able to search for with things like street address, zip code, etc. Again, it's all about making it easier for your visitors to find what they're looking for. So just for efficiency's sake, I'll show you one that I've already created. We're going to go to campus area homes, and we will go to edit search criteria first so you can see where all of this is. And here's the search criteria. Remember how in the previous one this is where all of your advanced search fields were? Instead, now we have a map to work with. And what I did is I zoomed in on Eugene, the downtown and campus area, and I drew this shape using the polygon tool over here to set a custom area. Now, everyone's going to be a little different, obviously. I made this shape to include Hendricks Park and homes around Hendricks Park down here. I went past Franklin Boulevard because I know for a fact that there are some student rentals over on the other side by the river. And why not include them, right? If you're trying to find homes in that area, that's a good place to look. You can get down really, really detailed. You can even do it by the block if you want. In a city like Eugene, that's not going to be particularly helpful, but it's there. And for those of you in really dense metropolitan areas, that might be really helpful. Down here, we've got additional filtering. If you have multiple MLSs on your account, this is where you would say, we're looking at this one. I only have one, so that's okay. I'm only going to show residential property types. There are others you can show. If you're wanting to only focus on lots of land or commercial properties, this is a great way to do so. You can still use the map, but also add that additional criteria. If we go back to our list, then we can preview. And here I have a little bit more of an exciting subheader with some dummy text and campus area homes. So everything that was fitting that criteria in that polygon is showing up here. Another example, South Hills. This one I added a nice photo of Spencer's Butte here in Eugene. Just an idea of, there's so many different things that you can do with these subheaders, and having photos, having links to other sites, having important and fun information about the area. This is where I would probably describe, how beautiful the views are in the South Hills, and there's lots of trees, and it attracts folks for that reason. Anything to make it your own. I'll go back to my slides here, talk a little bit more about some SEO tips. So we've already been talking a little bit about titles and meta tags, but really all I've been saying is that it's important to do them. The reason why it's important is because you'll be able to get that information across not only to the search engine bots that are crawling around looking for sites, you'll be able to get that information to your visitors before they even get to the site. The meta tags and titles allow you to see information about the site before you even go there. That's what shows up on the Google result in the list, that little blurb. Another thing that is a really good and really important tip for SEO is to try to avoid duplicate content. That's another thing that makes these landing pages such a great idea. If you make each one individual with custom content, you're already on your way to reducing duplicate content on your site. More accurate descriptive text. This can mean a couple of things. One thing that is important is adding descriptive text for your images. When you add images, you'll usually have the option to give them a title and descriptive text. I know in WordPress they make it very easy when you're uploading an image to the image gallery. I'm sure it's similar in other platforms. Adding descriptive text is really helpful because that's yet another way that search engines are able to find the information. Think of it this way. How else would you be able to use Google image search if those images did not have keywords in their descriptive text that were matching what you were looking for? For example, a description of this particular little clip art I have here, we could just do something as simple as line drawing of a man in a hat looking through binoculars with the Google logo on his head, of course. Subheaders we already talked about, but I just need to bring it up again. They are an awesome way to drive those visitors to your site, to get those leads, to get that information across and increase that SEO. General rule of thumb is the more information the better. The more the better. So that's all I had in terms of things to show you. I will give it a few minutes for questions if anybody has any. And of course, check out our future webinars. And connect with us. We're pretty social. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook. All right, folks. Thanks so much for joining me today. And you have a good one.